We're leading DeSanctimonious by 54 points, 60 points. It's like a wounded bird falling from the sky. Oh, who is that? Oh, that's Ron DeSanctimonious. Look, he's been exposed as having no personality. So they asked Ron DeSanctimonious, and he said, I have no comment. That means he's going to run against me. This guy, I got him elected, and the word sanctimonious came to me immediately. So we have an election coming up, and if you remember, and I know everyone here probably does, I only see very few, very, very young, but I do see young audiences now. We have the youngest audience. I noticed in the polls that have really been spectacular. We're leading DeSanctimonious by 54 points, 60 points. 61 came out today. We're at 70, almost 70, 69, and he's at like 8. It's like a wounded bird falling from the sky. Oh, who is that? Oh, that's Ron DeSanctimonious. Look, if I endorsed Louis, if Louis was down and out like DeSanctimonious, and I said, Louis Gohmert, I'm going to endorse you, it's going to bring you back, and then he goes out and he's down and out, he's got no chance. I endorse him, and then he goes like a rocket ship up, right? And then they ask 4 years later, then I got him through the general election also. But 4 years later, they come to Louis Gohmert, they say, sir, would you like to run for president against the president? Louis Gohmert would say, no, I can't do that because what he did for me was life-changing. Ron DeSanctimonious was looking for jobs. He ran, he was at 3%. The leader was, I think, in the 40s, right? Like 42, 43. The leader had almost $30 million in the bank. He was the very successful agricultural commissioner of Florida, which is like the second position in Florida after the governor. And he was there for 8 years, and his whole life was to run. But I didn't know him. And DeSanctimonious came to see me. Would you do it? Tears in his eyes. Nobody would even believe it. I don't know if he was wearing those same boots. I didn't notice that. I don't care either. That I don't care about. But tears in his eyes, he said, sir, if you endorse me, I think I could win. I said, Ron, you're doing so badly that if George Washington and Abraham Lincoln came back from the dead and they endorsed you and they would be your running mate in some form, you're not going to make it. So you're really popular in Florida. I'm telling you, sir, it would give me a chance. Now, I didn't know Adam Putnam, but he was supposed to be a good guy. But I didn't know him. I never met him. So I owed him nothing. But a lot of the congressmen, this man right here, more than anybody, and Wesley, because he's so young, he didn't get the full brunt, but there was nobody better than Wesley, and there's nobody better anyway because he's great. Okay? Take good care of him, Texas. Take good care of him. But Louis was right on the front lines, much better than Ron. But Ron was one of about 150 that were out there all the time saying the impeachment hoax number 1, impeachment hoax number 2, that they're hoaxes, right? And I appreciated that. So I said, all right, Ron, look, we'll do it. It's going to be tough, but we'll do it. And I asked him to write me out what he'd like to say, and he wrote it out. It was terrible. And that we found out. He's got terrible instincts. I mean, he was against Social Security, little things. He was against Social Security. He wanted to raise the age. He was against Medicare. He wanted to cut the hell out of Medicare. I said, these people deserve Medicare. They've been fighting for it. We could do a lot of other things like drill and take in money instead of doing that. But he was against things that were not good and not fair. And what happened is he wins. And then he wins the general. I did 2 or 3 rallies that were massive rallies. I said, you're going to win, Ron, because the man he ran against was the hottest guy in Democrat politics. Let's assume I was the hottest guy in politics because I was president, right? I don't want to be foolish. But no, he was the hottest guy in Democrat politics. They said he'll be president someday. And they didn't know he was a crackhead, so turned out that was revealed about a year and a half later. But he was hard to beat, and I said, you're going to beat him. After the second or third rally, I said, let me tell you, you're going to win. He said, no, I don't think so. I said, you're going to win. Okay, so he won. And that's it. I didn't see him too much. It wasn't like a social friend. I'd help Florida a lot. just like I helped Texas a lot. Every time you had those storms were brutal, we took care of you. We took care of Texas. That was my baby. We took care of Texas. But, you know, they asked him, are you going to run against the president? And he said something that I didn't like. I have no comment. Now, when they say I have no comment, Mario, he's a great businessman, that's not a good sign. Do you agree? He should have said, I would never run against our president. He's done a great job. And I endorse him fully immediately. And in 2028, he'd have a very good chance. But now I don't think he'd have much of a chance because he's been exposed as having no personality. And if a politician doesn't have some personality, you don't need a lot. Number one, you need super competence. And you got to be smart as hell. And you got to be able to handle all the bullshit that they give you, including when they make you the political opponent of somebody and they get the Justice Department on you and they said, he spoke badly about the election. The election was rigged. I mean, he spoke, and there's so much evidence. We're going to show you things that nobody believed, but it was a rigged election. But so they asked Ron DeSanctimonious, and he said, I have no comment. And I said, I heard that. I said, play that back. One of the greatest inventions in history, TiVo. Or its alternative, right? There's a few of them. One of the great, better than television itself. Television was useless. You could never play anything back. Right? TiVo. I said, play that sucker back. What did he just say? I have no comment. He said, that means he's going to run against me. This guy, I got him elected, and the word sanctimonious came to me immediately. I said, Ron D. I added D. Ron DeSanctimonious. It came to, like, somebody said your best was Pocahontas when she said she had Indian blood, remember? She had Indian blood. I said, let's call her Pocahontas. That was a good one. We had a lot of good ones. I don't want to go over too many because, you know, a lot of them are now friends of mine, Wesley. I never had one for Wesley. I never had one. They don't want one. Wesley said, he's saying, I don't want. Well, you had one from one of your senators here had a pretty good one, I would say, right? But, you know, but it's called branding, and you brand people. And I said, this means he's going to run. So my people backstage who get paid a fortune, they say, but you can't listen to them all the time. They're professionals. We're running a great campaign. You know, we're getting great credit. They're saying this is the best campaign Trump's ever run. That's pretty good, you know? So they're doing a good job. But my people in the back said, sir, please don't hit him, sir. Why? He's a Republican. I said, I don't care. And we hit him. We just pounded him. And now I think we're going to have to start hitting somebody else because I think Ron looks like he's finished. But it's great disloyalty. And, you know, they said to me, sir, people don't care about loyalty in a politician. They really don't care. It's not a factor that he was totally disloyal to you. I said, I think it is. And you know what? Once I said that, people said, and my people now admit they were wrong, because he fell so fast. I mean, he fell. We were leading by a lot, but now we're really leading by a lot. The only thing that could defeat us now is if we play prevent defense, like in the NFL, right? You know what prevent defense is, right? You're winning, you're stopping the other team, they're not gaining on you at all. You only have to hold them one more time. They have 0 points one more time, and the coach says, let's go prevent. And they lose the game. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. We're not going to play prevent defense at all, at all.